Hey everyone, we are doing a Halloween meditation. If you are knowledgeable on spirituality and spiritual warfare, like me, you know that Halloween is the most dangerous night of the year because the veil is gone and it allows all of the negative spirits to run amok, which is why Satanists, satanic covens and cults and things like that occultists utilize Halloween for a lot of rituals and sacrifices and all sorts of things. So it is my least favorite time of year because battling spiritual warfare, that tends to be something I need to do this time of year, and I don't like it. I don't like to have to. And I've been doing Halloween meditations for a few years now that have proven to be more powerful than I even realized when I started channeling them. So this year, Spirit wants me to do a public one instead of a private one for my followers and anyone who purchases it as well. Why did I add an S? Anyway. So we are going to, when I did the 10-10 meditation, even though, a bigger focus was on shifting timelines, I did establish protections in the 10-10 portal meditation as well for the month of October. So what we're going to do here is we're closing out the Halloween cycle for this year because it's late. I wasn't able to do this earlier in the day, but I think that actually works perfectly to close out the Halloween energies of the entire world and move and shift into November, prepare for the 11/11 portal. So we're going to just reinforce our protections, strengthen our armor, so to speak. And we're going to surround ourselves with our spirit team. I don't know why I'm coughing because I'm not sick. Maybe I'm clearing throat chakras. But anyway, we're going to I'm going to call in my usual spiritual team that I work with. They're both protectors and guides and, who I communicate with regularly. I'm going to call in the normal people, and you need to, at the same time, you don't have to use the exact same words as me. You call in your normal spirit team that you work with. Although I will say this, I'm going to be protecting this so that any beings that are of lower energy or entities that are evil or negative or even just plain neutral, and because neutral spirits, they might not be aligned with the dark, but they're not aligned with the light either, and they can still give you false information and just kind of tell you whatever they want to tell you, or tell you what you want to hear, as opposed to giving you the most honest and accurate information, help, assistance, protection, etc., based on what is for your highest good. So I don't work with any spirits like that. Only spirits of the highest light and for our highest best. And what I have learned is that a lot of people work with spirits like that they don't even realize are like that. And a lot of that has to do because of how we're raised and the belief systems that we're raised with. A lot of people believe that, various types of spirits are definitely good, and they're not necessarily definitely good. I mean, honestly, you could even say elementals. Elementals are fun, but are they definitely good? Not necessarily. So anyway, so you call in who you work with, but I will be filtering out any spirits that are not of the highest light and for our highest best. I didn't grab a ton of crystals for this. I'm going to focus on the visualization. But I did grab a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of, crystal work, ASMR, and all of that. And these aren't even crystals, but I think it's the representation. The dragons really wanted to be present. We're definitely going to have dragon energy with us today. And I got this guy to represent the dragons with me because I know that I have a lot of dragons with me. And my daughter got this one on a school trip So they are with us to represent the dragon energy with us during this meditation. And then aside from the dragons, I grabbed my selenite wands to use that, but honestly, selenite is not strong enough for this. But I will use that to clear out some negative energy. And I grabbed actually another dragon and I don't even know if this is what type of bird. I guess it's a crow. For some, you know what? His name is Sparrow. That's why I want to call him Sparrow. I remember my daughter being like, he's a crow. Why is he named Sparrow? I'm like, I can't tell you why. Anyway, they're obviously, you know, this should be obsidian. I'm not sure if he's shungite or tourmaline. He's probably tourmaline because shungite's harder to find. Anyway, I'm going to use them also. And then at the very end, I'm going to use my spirit quartz to, you know, bring in the healing energy. So let's get started because I want to wrap this up while the Halloween energy is still active and close it out. Oh, you know what? Did I finish telling you? Okay, no, I didn't finish telling you. So we're going to call in our spirit teams. We're going to, I said already, reinforce our protections, and we'll have those protections, you know, going forward for 1 to 2 months. Protections always wear off. When you're doing energetic protections, they always wear off. The only way that they're permanent is if you are maintaining them, or if you have a team of practitioners who are maintaining them. The only practitioners who can guarantee permanent protections are actively doing the work to maintain them permanently. So keep that in mind, okay? So you can use this to reinforce your protections at any time. Just like my previous Halloween meditations, and they will last, like I said, for approximately 1 to 2 months. I don't have an exact time frame from spirit. We're going to be, sorry, I have an itch like right inside my nostril. Anyway, I'm going to be removing any black magic or curses, extracting any implants that we have. Implants are really hard to explain. The best way that I could explain implants is almost like tumors, spiritual tumors. But the difference would be, and there's probably both actually. I'm not super knowledgeable on implants, but implants are, I feel like some can be natural and some are artificial. And artificial, it's like they've been implanted in you by other beings that are not for your highest good and highest best. So we're going to extract any implants. I've actually had I have a client who feels everything very strongly, spiritually speaking. And every time somebody sends psychic attack to her, they don't even have to be intentionally sending psychic attack. They could be just venting about something else, but they're directing their energy towards her because they're talking to her to vent. And she receives the psychic attack because they have so much built up negative energy. And my light just started to fall. Let me fix that. She can actually feel the implants like burrowing into her. And these implants are projected from the other person who is propelling negative energy. And they don't even, sometimes they realize they're doing it, but not always. So we're going to remove implants and negative energy. And if there's any entities, I'm going to call in Jesus and Archangel Metatron and any other ascended masters to assist in extracting any entities. This is not going to be any entity or demon at all. There are extremely powerful entities and demons and galactic evil beings that are extremely powerful that require stronger practices to remove. You know, I can do level 1 and level 2. I can't do level 3. I don't even know that everybody refers to it the same way, but that's how I refer to it. So this is going to be like the easier ones, okay? Level 1, I assume spirit will be fine. We'll be working up to level 2 during this since I can do that. But it's not going to be level 3 or higher. It's not going to be the most severe ones. If you're dealing with a severe spiritual warfare case, you probably need to talk to somebody who does level 3 warfare work, which I know people, but I level 3, like I'm not even jumping into that unless I know spirit tells me that I can handle it, because I don't want to bring attacks onto myself that I can't handle. So, so yeah, I mean, level 3 is more rare, so I'll give you that. Anyway, so the easier entity extractions, okay? And that will include not just external entities, but that will also include, I call them ego center entities, that is like our own ego centers and pride and whatnot getting out of proportion and becoming like its own being that like takes over us, that we can't even like, that we struggle to control. And then that can manifest in other ways of like pride and ego controlling us instead of being able to connect with our higher selves, or it can result in oh my gosh, what just came to addictions, self-sabotaging behavior, things like that. We also can have entities in our spiritual DNA, which is a little bit different too. I feel like it's more like we're born with. I don't know a ton about those. I do feel like it's more like we're born with them, but that doesn't have to necessarily be the case either. I do feel like it's primarily the case, though, for them to be in our spiritual DNA. They've been with us for multiple lifetimes and literally got built into our DNA at some point in our soul history. For them to have been put in us in this lifetime, it would have had to have been artificially by something. Probably not even someone, something. So keep in mind. Okay, let's actually get started now. And let's, oh, and you know what? Last comments. The reason why doing these meditations, like this one I'm doing right now, on Halloween is so powerful is because with the veil gone, even though the bad spirits can run amok, the good spirits can also intervene and help more powerfully because of the veil being gone. So a lot of, even though the Satanists are doing bad work, the good light workers are also able to do very powerful light work, spiritual warfare work, because they're able to call in the assistance from good spirits and the ascended masters, the angels, and others as well, to help defeat the demons in the dark. So that's why we do this now. Okay, so let's do that. Let's clear ourselves, let's clear the earth, and let's shift humanity and earth forward into the next month and get away from Halloween in October. Oh, one last thing. Turn that down. Okay. I command, declare, and decree that we are 100% surrounded by an impenetrable, 100% sealed cloak of invisibility and protection, guarded by the sacred gatekeepers of the Great White Brotherhood, only of the highest light and for our highest best, 100% of the time. I command, declare, and decree that we are only connecting with Divine Father, Divine Mother, Source Energy, and the Ascended Masters of the Great White Brotherhood and the Archangels, only of the highest light and for our highest best, 100% of the time. Calling in specific spiritual guides that wish to work with each of us and assist us with this healing, who are only of the highest light and for our highest best 100% of the time, whether they be elementals, 4D beings, 5D beings, galactic beings, angels, ascended masters, or other. And of the lower elemental beings, spirit animals, fairies, all different varieties. So whoever each of us works with, but only of the highest light and for our highest best, 100% of the time. We're going to expand our protective shield, cloak, and cocoon that we already created, the 1010 portal. And we're reinforcing it, thickening it, strengthening it, making it 100% impenetrable, thick crystalline energy that does not allow anything from anyone whatsoever to come through. You may see your higher self standing before you. This would be your 4D higher self. Your 5D higher self is above us, overseeing, watching, guiding. Your 4D higher self is standing before you and is putting on armor. Just like a knight in olden days with their metal armor. You're suiting up so that you can ward off, fight off anything that may try to attack you at any time, whether that is negative energy coming from other people, knowingly or unknowingly, or entities or beings of negative energy or intentions. Understand that almost everyone has entities around them. They're a fact of life. They're part of our spiritual contracts. They are part of teaching us lessons and bringing us through growth journeys. But some are worse than others. Some leave when they're supposed to, when the lessons are completed. Some attack. Some are from targeted attacks. Some carry over from past lives. And many times they need to be cleared after they overstay their welcome. So it's not uncommon to have entity attachments that make our lives difficult, but it is sometimes necessary to remove them or get them removed. So our spiritual team is assisting us right now in finishing the reinforcement and the thickening of our spiritual protections, barriers, cloak, cocoon, and this spray is helping to release any negative energy or entities for extraction. Okay, let's go ahead and pull out negative energy that may have collected. And let's extract this negative energy from the world as a whole as well, now that Halloween is wrapping up. actually visualize a pillar of light extending down to the center of the earth and up to heaven, source energy, however you see it and feel it, to the heavenly realms and the higher dimensions. Archangel Sandalphon is standing guard at the bottom. Archangel Metatron is standing guard at the top, and we are surrounded by the kings of the Great White Brotherhood, only of the highest light and for our highest best 100% of the time, led by Ascended Master Yeshua, who is Jesus Christ, and the other Ascended Masters. And we are going to extract any entities that have been up to no good or simply that the soul contracts with them have been completed and they are ready to leave. They are ready to be released. So any souls, whether you're watching or any souls out there in the world that are able to connect and release these contracts and these entities, will do so now. I command, declare, and decree that any entities that are ready to leave because the soul contracts have been released, have been completed, are being removed now. And any entities that are just trying to cause problems are being extracted now, whether of any dimension, density, realm, world, alternate reality, parallel universe, across all time and space. So that concludes any type of entity, demons, galactic beings, or anything from anywhere. The Ascended Masters and the angels are collecting these beings, capturing them, assisting all of us in this process because they cannot do it on their own. They need humans working with them, assisting in this process. You need the human proxy to work through. And they are gathering these entities and bringing them to this pillar of light for extraction. As you collect them, you may see them yourself as you're collecting them, and you're just going to work with the Ascended Masters and capturing. And the way that I see it is like we put a helmet on them that disables them and like kind of like not turns them off, but they can no longer function like they have been. They can no longer fight back. It turns off their ability to fight against us. And then they get put in a straitjacket and transmuted back to source. So they're getting sucked up through this pillar of light into the higher dimensions, which is being transmuted back to source energy. So they are no longer of this world, no longer of other worlds, if that's where they came from, or other dimensions, density, realms, world, alternate realities, or parallel universes. And their energy is being integrated back into source energy for them to become whatever they are next meant to become in their own soul journey process. So we're going to complete this process. It's happening rapidly for each individual and for our communities, our countries, our states and our countries, the ley lines of Earth, our oceans, all the way to the core of Earth, stretched throughout the universe. And wrapping it up, extracting any last lower energy beings who are not meant to be here anymore, carried away by the Ascended Masters and the angels, and ultimately Archangel Metatron taking them, escorting them, and Archangel Michael escorting them back to source. Okay. So, one more time, let's extract and release any more negative energy that they left behind, like trails. And let's encapsulate Earth and humanity in a bright light quartz healing energy to just cleanse and purify all of us and everywhere, to completely like clear away and release that dark negative energy. You may want to actually take a moment and travel, say astral travel up into, you could say the heavens, but maybe you don't want to go that high. So let's say the sky, with your spirit team, and just view your home, your neighborhood, your community, your workplaces, your schools, anything like that, anything around you, and continue to expand out as you wish to. If you want to see it even bigger, to the bodies of water, nature, everything around you, your state, your country, and bigger. And just do a scan to see if you spot anything else that needs to be cleared, and go ahead and do that. Take care of that right now. Anything that you spot, make sure that all is well, all has been released as needed. Check on your loved ones. And actually, as we get into our loved ones, let's focus on ourselves, our divine counterparts, whether that's a twin flame, soulmate, anyone else, or just a partner who you happen to be with right now. Your kids, your families, your best friends, and let's do that scan now. Let's bring in the dragon and the crow, sparrow. Doesn't like to be called crow. And we're going to check for any black magic or negative contracts, control, psychic attacks, evil eye. And we are breaking it, cleansing the energy, releasing all of those negative cords, negative attacks. The dragons are breathing fire to burn them away and release them. And Sparrow is keeping watch and making sure we get everything. Take the time that you need to fully observe everything around you and anybody else that you want to check on, and make sure you get every last little bit Call in Archangel Michael, Ascended Master Yeshua, and any other angels and Ascended Masters to help you and assist you with breaking those black magic, dark arts, cords, ties, connections, and burning it away. We're going to break those cords, break those spells, burn them away. We're not going to return to sender because we're not trying to create a war. We are protecting our own karma and our own energy, and by just clearing it away and burning the remnants, burning away that energy so that it cannot affect us or anyone we love. And plus we have our cloak of protection anyway, so it can't get through, but we're just dissolving it, burning it, getting rid of it entirely. And actually I want to trace with Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron's assistance, we're going to trace back any deeper curses that would be more generational, going deep into the bloodlines and past lives. You know, in your past lives, your soul could be your ancestors. So that also would be why sometimes curses and past life issues carry through to the present, because it was you back then too. So we're gonna trace those, any generational curses or anything going back into those past lives, and we're breaking it here. We're breaking it and we're ending it, and we are burning those away as well. Burning away those long-standing, thicker curses and cords, contracts that go back before we even remember. We are putting them back in the past to leave there, potentially even dissolving them of their effects back then as well. We and our families are 100% sealed, and we are not affected by any curses, black magic, psychic attacks, evil eye, or anything else anymore. And if you ever feel that you are being affected by a psychic attack, which can come on randomly just from getting into a disagreement with somebody on the internet or in person, by the way, use this or something similar and clear that energy away from you. Okay, let's do a scan for the implants. I'm just gonna use hands. So we're gonna start from the crown and work our way down. And if you feel any implants which you would spiritually, intuitively tune into, go ahead and pull them out. And we are calling in Ascended Master Yeshua and the Ascended Masters of the Great White Brotherhood, only of the highest light and for our highest best, 100% of the time, to surround us and assist us with this scan to ensure that any implants or any other negative energy embodying in any way, shape, or form that may be affecting us is being extracted and removed from us and our loved ones that we have called in for this as well. So if you feel anything anywhere, just pull it out and feel the energy of the Ascended Masters around you, assisting you with this process. I command, declare, and decree that the Ascended Masters are guaranteeing 100% that we are successfully extracting and removing any negative energy, implants, black magic, curses, or any other black or negative energy embodiment from ourselves. our loved ones, our communities, the earth and humanity as guided. Any entities still trying to hold on. Continue to scan down your body. We've gone down the crown, third eye, throat, etheric heart, solar plexus. And keep going down, sacral root, plus all the other chakras that are less well known. And pull out anything that you feel or that you come across. Anytime you feel harsh energy coming at you, whether you actually feel an implant coming into you or not, sometimes you just feel that harsh energy from somebody, and give yourself a scan and pull out and extract it. Don't allow those implants to sit there and fester inside you like tumors poisoning you. Okay, we're gonna do one last scan first with all of our spiritual team, but our dragon and sparrow will ensure. And I'll use the selenite one last time too. All right, we are gonna set one last intention that my first Halloween meditation 2 years ago I discovered could be used for this purpose as well. So if your spirit team wants to work with you for this purpose as well, we're setting the intention that we can also extract your own inner wounds. Like I said earlier, we were also extracting any ego entities, potentially entities in your spiritual DNA. So if those were not already included when we extracted entities, we'll do that now as well. We're going to encapsulate ourselves in a special spiritual bubble, and we're extracting out of our bodies any lower energy trauma, wounded energies, emotions, thought processes, patterns, addictions, self-sabotaging patterns, and anything similar that has been afflicting us our whole lives, that has been holding us back, limiting beliefs, belief systems, 3D conditioning, pride, ego, lower ego center energies, anything that is ready to be released, that we've learned the lessons from, that has been holding us back and is not allowing us to move forward in our lives, to move forward down our soul paths. We are extracting it, pulling it out of us. And it's just collecting in the sphere, like it's creating its own little ball of negative energy, because that's all, or lower energies, you could say. That's what that is. Those lower energy wounds and fears. It's all collecting like into tumors. Natural tumors instead of the projected implants. It's collecting into natural tumors that are ready to also be extracted and removed. So continue to pull out, extract anything like that. You know what you've been through. Your spirit team knows. Your spirit team knows better than you do, because we repress and suppress our feelings and our traumas, and we forget. And we also can't remember our past lives usually. So ask your spirit team to assist in extracting anything that needs to come out and be released that's holding you back. And it's collecting in these natural tumors, and the Ascended Masters of the Great White Brotherhood, led by Ascended Master Yeshua, Jesus, and Mother Mary, are coming in to do psychic surgery. You may see your higher self laying on like a surgical bed. On like a surgical bed, and our team is going to carefully cut into your spiritual body and remove those tumors built up of our own fears, traumas, wounds, etc. So anything that needs to come out now, ego entities in our spiritual DNA, or any of those trauma tumors, etc. The Ascended Masters are removing them now. And at any time you can use this when anything is bothering you or is triggered, to assist with pulling out and releasing these traumas that get flared up and affect us at various times in our lives. And transmuting them to source energy so that they no longer afflict us anymore. And now we're going to fill our sphere, our bubble, our cocoon with, I don't have my golden quartz downstairs, but we're going to use the spirit quartz, and we're going to infuse it with a few energies actually. So we're going to start with the spirit quartz energy, clear spirit quartz energy, and we're going to include blasts of golden healer quartz healing energy. And it's pink in color, unicorn. I can't remember what it's called, but I know it's a unicorn crystal. So unicorn quartz, we'll call it. Unicorn quartz healing crystal. And I'm feeling ametrine as well. So more pink crystal energy. And Herkimer diamonds. And amethyst. So we're being surrounded by spirit quartz, golden healer quartz, unicorn crystals, which is a real thing. I have one. It's upstairs. Ametrine, Herkimer diamonds, and amethyst. And let's actually, just to cover everything, we're gonna blast a little bit of lapis lazuli aquamarine, amazonite, red jasper, carnelian, moldavite, moss agate, green adventurine, and if there's any other crystals that you are drawn to as well. Ocean jasper. So we're just hovering the spectrum for all layers of our chakras and auras and aura to fully infuse them with the highest healing energy. Celestite, okay. So our bubbles, our healing bubbles are completely filled now, and we are integrating the energy. All you need to do now is just allow it to integrate. Be confident in your spiritual armor, in your protections, and allow that healing energy to integrate, assisted by your angels, your spiritual team, and the Ascended Masters. And you may just continue to relax and absorb the energy. If you're guided to, you can communicate with your spiritual team and your higher self, your divine counterparts, higher self, or anybody else, loved ones on the other side. Now is a great time to continue to relax, stay in a meditative state, and interact with the spiritual realm. And as you are ready, you can come back to yourself. You can open your eyes, return to your normal 3D state, but know that you can use this meditation at any time to reinforce any aspects of the protections, to remove any attacks that you may feel, or to extract more internal inner child wounds or other types of wounds. You can focus on one chakra at a time. You can focus on overall spiritual health and well-being. And you can energize yourself with that powerful crystalline healing energy. I forgot that the track I have playing in the background, I actually have two, but one of them is literally for healing your hidden wounds, so that's perfect. And the other one is high vibrational frequencies. So as I said, you come back to this at any time that you feel guided to. And as you're ready, return to your normal state.